6/24/2020. Not only that, it's a Wednesday. Not only that, as these stocks were pumped and pumped and pumped to all-time highs, now you're seeing the day of reckoning. The Dow, which could never get above in our app, as we see it right now clearly, the blue line is a 10-day moving average. You can never get above it. And then it's tilting down. It crossed over the 20-day right here in our app. And now we're down here at major bottoms. We're down 631 points. Why did all this have to happen to people? It's real simple. Because people get exuberant and people get over their head. People get gambling with stocks. That's what was happening. It was very evident that there was people that were trying to bid up and gamble on cheap stocks, airline stocks that are getting killed. They were buying lots of things that didn't make sense. Now, what we have is a correction. And you have the airline sector, which is a big part of it. You also have the cruise ships and all of those people. Speculators tried to bid those up, only to go down very hard, every one of them. But nonetheless, it's a correction that we called and it was going to happen. And we're at a major, major bottom. And I mean a major bottom. And I can tell you up front, today, it always starts with that gap down. Not only that, when you can't clear a 10-day moving average, and this is a daily chart in our system, and you can see where he hits the bottom, you can see the double diamonds, and look at that. That's all nothing but selling today. So the stocks that were overbought, it was just not if, it was just when. And it started with the opening bell. And why? Because it always starts with the gap down. This was a gap down where it started. That was a counter gap to fail. And that's how these things always happen when you get in here like this. And this is why when you gap up to the highs and you fell here, you failed here, and you failed every which way on the Dow on this daily chart. Now, let me tell you something. We've had an 859 point down at one point. The Dow was down 859 points. And why was it? Because stocks get too far ahead of themselves. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world. And what ends up happening is that we do tell you before it's going to happen. And you can see now that if we break this lower trend line and we fill that value in down here, then the Dow can even go a lot lower. And the current print on the Dow right now is very simple. That low was 25,296 was the low today. That was a big low. And we'll be watching it forward. Now, if you take where the last move was over here yesterday, the high on the Dow was only 26,105. So if you take today's low again, that is exactly 25,296. So that is a big, big, big super drop. And basically, I'll just tell everyone, I've been around a long time, and I remember the fourth quarter in 1999 like it was yesterday. And here we are, getting monumental highs in some of the technology stocks. There's about 6 stocks that have created this really big rally. And when they go to sell them, then they go down. And people get crowded in trades. They get crowded and they get crowded. Right now, we're down only 638 points. So, once again, we will have you on high alert as we have taken several short positions and we have also taken it to trade the volatility. So what's the volatility trade? The volatility trade is we're down 642 points right now and climbing. So we would buy the close, the ones that got sold down, buy the calls, and then sell them in the morning when they got the market up. And those are those kind of manufactured called volatility gaps after a big sell down. So when you get a really big sell down, you buy some of the cheap stuff that will gap open up in the morning, because the volatility, as I told everyone, would get a lot bigger. And today, certainly with the 859 point move in the Dow and all the headlines to go with it, and being at the end of the month, and how the stock market got really overbought, and it did. And when you take a basket of stocks and you keep buying them and buying them and buying them and buying them, they get to a point where the market cannot go higher. And that's what's happening right now, everyone. And it's part of volatility. It's part of all of it. And it's for you to know that if you're holding anything, you're in trouble. And you are. Whether it's on the Dow or any of the other indexes, the S&P, NASDAQ Composite. NASDAQ Composite, they got it above 10,000. Right now, NASDAQ Composite is at 99.26. Oh, yeah, they're getting a haircut, all right. That was the second time they did that. Oh, boy, I remember that back in 1999. I see the same thing happening here. Almost identical. Market got too frothy. You had the gambling mentality. You had people chasing stocks on the fear of missing out. And then you get this. And it will get worse. Right now we're down 652 points. And we're climbing. And we only have 20 minutes to the closing bell on the Dow. And this is live in the market. So, if you were buyers in the market at the wrong place, you better protect your money and have some stops on it. That's the best advice that we can give you. And hopefully you listen. Because if you do, all the time, we have all the proof. And we do. And this is what happens. So, Dow Jones is down 660 points. I'll go on mute for a moment, and then I'll come right back. Check in with some of our other students as we go into the close. Here we go. We got that down. We have 7 minutes to that closing bell. We were just down 700 points. In the NASI, down 218. In the NASDAQ 100, down 204. S&P 500 taking a big haircut, down 78 points. Oh, yeah. Fear indicators are back up above. They're getting back up toward that 35 level. So we can see the fear. We can see where the sellers are moving in as we go into the closing bell. And when we're looking at buying that closing bell for a pop-up, we're only doing it right now with some call options in some certain plays that we're doing. But once again, we're down 702 points. So you don't have big volatility buying. There was a real big sell program that hit this, and it just hit it momentarily. And once again, to our trader network, to all our friends, and everyone that may be in turmoil, we're always here. If you're in the markets, if you find yourself being alone and you're not sure what you're doing, it's okay. You just come here, we'll make it better. That's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we care. So if you're one of those people, simply click on the link or give us a call. There's nothing wrong with you being protected. And there's nothing wrong for you to call and ask. Once again, we're down 710 points. That meant there were sellers, not buyers. As far as the broader indexes go, same thing. We got above that 10,000 mark in the NASDAQ Composite. NASDAQ Composite's trading at 9,900 now. And once again, for the people that are not experienced and you chase stocks and you buy at highs, you get killed. Happens every day, all day long. But when they go down hard. And when they get overbought, they go down hard. And so we're not done selling with the Dow. There's lots of problems in the world. One of them, we all know what it is. I don't even like to say the word, but we know what it is. And the headlines around it and the spreading of it, and Delta Airlines coming out today and making a statement that people don't have to wear a mask when they're on their Delta airline airplane. How dumb that is. What kind of world do we really live in? You ought to ask yourself that question. Why are the other airlines making people wear them or you can't board the plane? And now, this is what happens. People let their guard down, they make bad decisions and let people on planes without a mask. And then the people that work on the plane, the poor flight attendants, are all at jeopardy. And the airline stocks is a good big reason why the Dow is down 700 points right now. And the cruise line stocks, and the stock like her. All of the little penny stock players that tried to bid up all of this garbage is now getting taken to the woodshed. And they are. Because I'm watching all of it. And it happens. And we tell people. So, we're down 700 plus points. We're going to close in about 3 minutes. And the rest of the exchanges are going to be closing on their lows. All of them. And when they close on their lows, that's not a good sign. That means there's more downside to come. And the bull market that we had, that started and had the big bull market run, look, day after day, they got to the top. We called that big down move. 1,860 points with the big gap down. They come back over here, and now we're going to come back and visit where it all started, right over here. And the people that are going to hold it down, good luck to you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. If you have a lot of money and you're holding, better lighten up. I'm going to conclude the report. I'm going to conclude that the Dow stocks, the airline stocks, the cruise line stocks, some of let us not forget about the oil stocks that they wanted to bid up. Oh yeah. Let's talk about those. Those are all getting killed right now. So all of those speculators are going down. And they are. And that's why the indexes are going down. They speculated them all the way up to the high. And the market's overbought. All of the indexes are overbought. And not only that, there's a lot more to come. And it's going to potentially even get worse. All I can do is tell everyone, be safe, take care of yourself, protect your family, and love everyone close to you. And I'm going to conclude that with the Dow down 720 points as we speak. And those are sellers in all the indexes right now. So, once again, take care. You need us. We're here. More downside to come. Volatility. We talked about it the other day. You can go back and watch the last couple of videos. We told you. And it happened today. And today was the day that the market had to unwind itself. And it had to wash out the buyer. That's what bull markets do. And the speculators need to be washed out. And they wash out the speculators when you go down. We're down 723 points now. 727. They're selling going right into the last minute. We got 1 minute. We're down 727 right now. I'm seeing more selling in the NASDAQ composite, NASDAQ 100. Yeah, you can see it. It's up there. There's another clock. There's a closing bell. That is going to be the final part of the tape. It looks like we're going to end it. And we're going to end it with 25,447. Let me make sure. 25,447.30. That is going to equal the final print of 708 points down on the Dow Jones. Good luck. More downside to come.